Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot and today I'll be making another video. This time I'll be doing airport day at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. This is the 25th update. This is for July of 2022 and this is a jam-packed airport day. We have lots of new models. We have 8 new engine models. We have 8 new engine models. We have 2 brand new airlines. We have some route upgauging. We have some new routes in general. So there's lots to look forward to in this airport day and hopefully y'all will enjoy it. And welcome to everybody in the premiere. And yeah, because this will be another premiere video and just gotta simply enjoy this. And yeah, and at the end of this video, we'll be having a massive channel update as well. I'll be covering all sorts of topics over there, so just stay tuned. That'll be at the end of the video. So yeah, so there's 50 miles in this airport update. Yes, 50 miles. There's lots of miles in this airport update. And yeah, I just made this airport update a little bit more jam-packed. This is the 20th update, so I just want to make it a little special. Next up, we'll have the 2-year anniversary update, and that'll be even more special. But the 20th update, I just want to make this a little bit more jam-packed since this is the 20th update. So so there's lots of aircraft taxiing around, and yeah, so this airport update will be using the ring light as well over at the terminal section, so we'll not only be pitch dark in some sections of the airport update, so yeah, but this taxiing section there's no ring light. It'll just make it easier for me recording this video, so yeah, so that's basically all that I got to say for this intro section. So nonetheless, we'll be starting off all the aircraft taxiing around, then we'll be going over to Terminal 1, Terminal 2, then Terminal 3, so we'll be starting with the first aircraft. So starting with the first aircraft, here in North Atlantic, Boeing 787-9. He is number 1 for takeoff on runway 34. And yeah, so this aircraft will be heading out to Berlin Brandenburg International Airport. So yes, this is a brand new Norse route. They just unveiled they'll be flying also to London Gatwick and Berlin out of Jacksonville. They're currently only flying out of Oslo, but they'll be adding those 2 new destinations. So can't wait to see how Norse does on those routes. It's pretty exciting. And yes, they'll be competing with another new airline on that Berlin route. So yeah, can't wait to see how this route develops in the future. So this aircraft will be heading out to Berlin in Germany. Alright, so starting off with the next aircraft, you have a Breeze Embraer ERJ-195, or this will be operating for E190, and you'll be heading out to Anchor Bay or SkyTeam Aviation's airport. That is a fictional airport, so pretty cool. We got the Glenora fictional airport, and he riding from Huntsville, Alabama. Pretty random route, but that is a good Breeze route right there. Never got to include Huntsville yet, so that is one of the Breeze routes out of Jacksonville, so pretty cool. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here at Air Canada Rouge, Airbus A321-200. He is number 3 for takeoff, and he'll be heading out to Toronto Pearson. What a fly-out amazing engine model. Definitely one of my favorite engine models. Hopefully, engine models will release some more Air Canada Rouge aircraft like an A320 or an A319. I would definitely buy this. With their new amazing A320 model, which I just reviewed in my latest Massive Unboxing. So if you're curious about that, check out Massive Unboxing free. So yeah, and I do have a post on the new engine models mold on my Instagram as well, which is JT_pilot_YT. And I highly recommend following me on there because I post all sorts of model content. Yeah, I post all sorts of model content. You get some sneak peeks to future videos, and you guys get to vote on some future video ideas. And yes, we'll be voting on another video idea very soon, probably on Saturday when, the day after this video comes out. So just stay tuned. So we got lots of exciting content in the works on Instagram and YouTube. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here, the Southwest Boeing 747-700. In the Maryland 1 livery. What a file amazing model. This is my favorite model in my whole collection, by the way. So, yeah, just because I have lots of fond memories in Maryland, just because a lot of my family lives in Maryland. So, yes. Yes, I am kind of somewhat a Marylander, even though I live in Virginia. But, yeah. So, there you go. So, this Southwest 700 has just arrived in from San Jose in California. And he'll be heading up to Providence or Rhode Island. Pretty cool Southwest routes there. And, yeah, and he'll be doing a continuation flight up to Providence. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool duo of routes there. Alright, moving on to the next model. This is our first new model in this airport that here at United Airlines Boeing 747-900ER in the Continental Global. This is a flat-out amazing engine model, and they really, really nailed this model. There's some slight issues with it, though, but yeah, I've been seeing all sorts of complaints with new engine models releases, and yeah, unfortunate to see all these QC issues, but hopefully they will improve. I think they're great releases. I know a lot of people have some issues with models coming broken. I'm really sorry to people that receive broken models. It sucks, but yeah, at least the engine models are releasing some great models. Besides the QC issues and random printing issues they have on their models, they are the flat amazing model. They're definitely the most superior model company in 1400. So, yeah. Alright, moving on to the next model. So this aircraft, we'll say he is number 6 for takeoff here with Delta Airlines. There's A350-900. And yeah, so this is our first fixed model in this airport update. So I did fix some models back in July. So we will be having some repaired models in this airport update. Forgot to mention that. So there's lots in this airport update. But we do have a return of a highly anticipated model, so yeah, so this Delta A350, this Delta A350 had an issue with the gear coming off, but that's finally fixed now, so the gear will no longer be coming off. The nose landing gear does, so. Yeah, so this Delta A350 will be heading out to Paris today. And yeah, that's a pretty typical Delta A350 route, so yeah. All right, moving on to the next model. This is our second new model, and this is the United Airlines Boeing 747-800 NG Star Wars livery, or the Rise of Skywalker livery. Pretty interesting. How I was not able to include this in the last update just because I did the last update right before I received the new NG May releases. So yeah, what a flawed amazing model. I know this is retired, but we're going to include this in Jacksonville Fictional Airport updates. It's just a flawed amazing model. It just deserves all the credit it gets. This is so amazing. So yeah. So this United 747-800 has just arrived in from Houston Intercontinental and making a return flight out there. And yeah, what a fly, beautiful engine model. They did a really great job with that. All right, moving on to the next model here, that Cayman Airways Boeing 747-MAX 8. This aircraft has just arrived in from Grand Cayman. He'll be taxiing over to the international gates over there. And after an hour or so, he'll be heading right back out to Grand Cayman. So what a beautiful Gemini Jets model. Definitely one of my favorite Gemini Jets models. Hopefully we'll see a Caribbean MAX 8 soon from Gemini. That'd be great. Or NG. I prefer NG release because I'm not really too impressed with Gemini Jets. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. So speaking of another unrealistic aircraft, just for today's update, here at Hawaiian Airlines Boeing 787-9. Yes, Hawaiian won't be receiving these until, I believe, in 2023 they'll be receiving these. I may be wrong, though. But I just want to include this aircraft in the airport today just because I have this engine model just sitting around, so I might as well include it. It's just such a flat, beautiful engine model, and Hawaiian will eventually be flying these 787-9, so yeah, so this aircraft has just arrived in from Honolulu and making a return flight out there, so pretty exciting route there, indeed. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we have JetBlue Airbus A320-200. So this aircraft has just arrived in from Boston and be heading out to New York John Kennedy or Southwest Flyers 345's airport. So pretty cool subscriber out there. And yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we have Spirit Airlines Airbus A320-200. This aircraft has just arrived in from Atlantic City and be heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth. So, yeah, so today JetBlue and Spirit announced they'll be merging to create the 5th largest airline in the United States. Pretty interesting move. There is a reason why I believe JetBlue is doing this, just because they want Spirit's slots and routes. They don't really care about Spirit as an airline. They just want their routes and slots, so JetBlue becomes a larger airline. That's my thinking, though. I don't think they really care about the Spirit brand at all, and I'm willing to bet you Spirit will be absorbed completely into JetBlue, and all the aircraft will get the JetBlue livery and all that, and the JetBlue amenities, so can't wait to see that. Spirit isn't really my favorite airline, and JetBlue is way superior, so I can't wait to see how this merger deal works out. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how now JetBlue is in the lead for the merger bid, because I know Frontier did bid, but their bid was lower. And yeah. So moving on to our next aircraft. So proceeding on to our next aircraft, here is Zul Airbus A330-900neo. This aircraft has just arrived in from Campinas in Brazil and making a return flight out there. This is in the breast cancer awareness livery. Hopefully I'll be able to get just a regular livery soon from Phoenix, and I also want a Zul A330-200 as well. I would definitely buy it if NG does that. I'm surprised NG hasn't done that yet, but yeah, I'm kind of intrigued. I would be intrigued if NG releases that. I would definitely buy it. NG has been doing a lot of South American aircraft recently, so maybe it is a possibility. So hopefully we'll see that soon. So yeah. Moving on to the next aircraft, here at Air Canada Bombardier/Mitsubishi CRJ-900. This aircraft is operating for Jazz Aviation. And this aircraft is just arriving from Montreal or EQ Plains Airport and making a return flight out there. EQ Plains is a great He is a great guy, and he has a great YouTube channel and a great Instagram account. I highly recommend following him and subscribing to him. So yeah, great guy there, and yeah, definitely an underrated YouTube aviation channel there. So yeah, glad I was able to include a subscriber from him. He actually has 2 in this airport today because he did fill out 2 forms. So yeah, that's another subscriber out there. So with the subscriber outs, I know a lot of people did fill out 2 of them. I did pick the best one out of the 2 that you did on the subscriber out form that they did on the subscriber. I just picked the best one for this airport update. In the future, we'll use the other ones, but I just picked 1 per form. So if you want a new subscriber, I highly recommend checking out that Google form, which is the link for that is in the description below. So yeah, so moving on to the next aircraft. Here in Legion Airbus A319-100, and this is that beautiful Panda exclusive. This aircraft has just arrived in from Charlotte Concord. That is in the Legion route. We haven't really featured that one in a while. And we'll say this aircraft will... Yeah, so this aircraft will be doing another random Allegiant route. We'll send him out to South Bend in Indiana. A pretty random Allegiant route, so... Yeah, actually scratch that. He'll be hanging out to Tulsa, Oklahoma, so... There we go. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here at Delta Airlines, there's A330-300. So this aircraft is just arriving from Los Angeles, and we can turn fly out there on Boston's Aviation, Music, Fun, Gaming Channels Airport. So pretty long channel there. So Delta Airlines will be upgauging some of their flights, and you'll see that later on in this video, but Los Angeles is now on A330-300, so we'll have to see how long this continues, but pretty cool move by Delta Airlines. Alright, moving on to another taxiing aircraft. There's a lot of them in this airport update. So here with Spirit Airlines Service A321-200, and yeah, so this aircraft has just arrived in from Chicago here and making a return flight out there. So pretty cool Spirit A321 route. Moving on to the next aircraft. This aircraft hasn't been featured in a while. Here in Alaska, Boeing 747-800. This aircraft is just arriving from Portland in Oregon and making a return flight out there. Moving on to the next aircraft, here the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 757-200 in the Evo Blue Liver. There'll be plenty more United miles in this airport today, by the way. This aircraft has just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare and making a return flight out there. And moving on to our final taxiing aircraft in this section, here is Silver ATR-42. This aircraft is just arriving from Marsh Harbor in the Bahamas and be heading out to Key West. So that's it for all the taxiing aircraft. I know there's a lot of them, so yeah, let's move on to Terminal 1 at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 1 at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. It just looks so much nicer with this ring light. So we start with the United Airlines section, which is pretty normal for today's update. So starting with the first aircraft, here we United Boeing 747-900ER. This aircraft has just arrived in from Los Angeles and making a return flight out there. We haven't featured Los Angeles route in a while, so let's include today. Moving on to the next aircraft, here United Airlines Boeing 747-800. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from Denver and making a return flight out there. And moving on to the next aircraft, United Airlines Boeing 747-MAX 8. This aircraft has arrived in from Newark and making a return flight out there. And the following United aircraft in the section here, United Airlines Boeing 777-200ER in the Star Alliance livery. This aircraft was just arrived in from Honolulu and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here, we have Lufthansa Airways A330-300. So this is our third new model in this airport update. So this aircraft has just arrived in. Has just arrived in from Frankfurt and making a return flight out there. So Lufthansa will be flying to Jacksonville now. And yes, this is that amazing new engine model Airbus A330-300 from Lufthansa. Man, it's just a beautiful model. They really did a great job on this. A couple slight issues, but other than that, they did a great job. So once again, this aircraft is riding from Frankfurt and making a return flight out there. So yes, it's been I've been needing a Lufthansa model for such a long time. They are a staple international airline. I have really been needing them. So Lufthansa for now will be flying some A330s, but maybe in the future we'll have some larger aircraft arrive to Jacksonville from Lufthansa, like an A350 or even a 747. That'd be pretty cool. But for now, we'll just be using this A330-300 and yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft here. Engine models British Airways Boeing 777-200ER. This is our fourth new model in this airport update, I do believe. Yes, this is our fourth new model. Yeah, another flat out amazing model. Engine models really nailed this model. A couple slight issues about just some QC issues like the missing antenna. But other than that, this is a great model. So this British Airways 777-200ER has arrived in from London Gatwick and making a turn flight out there. So British Airways will be now some London Gatwick routes. They have Heathrow and Gatwick routes. So Jacksonville, the A350 is on the Heathrow route, and the 777-200 is on the Gatwick route. So pretty cool how we're able to include both of those routes. And then moving on to the next aircraft, so we're seeing onto some One World airlines. I mean, British Airways is a One World airline, so we're going to move on to another One World airline. So starting with the next aircraft here, American Airlines Boeing 747-800 with the new wing logo. What a fun, amazing engine model. This aircraft is just arriving from Dallas Fort Worth and making a turn fly out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here, American Airlines was A320-200 with Sharklets. This aircraft has just arrived in from Charlotte and making a turn fly out there. What a fly, amazing engine model. Hopefully engine models will release an American A321 offensive soon, because I definitely buy. Make this section so much realistic, because this is a transcon aircraft which is used on only very few routes. So yeah. So hopefully engine models will release that model soon and keep on demanding it until they release it. Moving on to the next aircraft here, Alaska Airlines Boeing 747-900ER. This aircraft is just riding from Seattle, making a turn fly out there. What a beautiful engine model. Definitely one of my favorite engines there. Moving on to the next model here, the American Airlines was A319-100. This aircraft is just arriving from Miami, or JB Aviation Pix's airport, and making a return flight out there. Another subscriber out there, pretty cool to see. And then moving on to the final model here, the American Eagle and Embraer J175. This aircraft is just arriving from Philadelphia and be making a flight to Springfield or Aviation 767's airport. So that's it for Terminal 1. Let's move on to Terminal 2. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 2 at Jacksonville Fictional Airport. So we start with the beautiful Southwest section with this beautiful Southwest Boeing 747 in the heart livery with blended wings. This is that Panda Waffle exclusive model, and what a flat out amazing model. I still love this model after having this model for almost a year already. Pretty sad, but how years already flown by, so it's crazy to say. So this Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the heart livery, we'll say he has just arrived in from Fort Lauderdale and be heading out to Orange County. So those are pretty cool routes there. So we haven't used those in a while, so yeah. Moving on to the next aircraft here, Southwest Boeing 747-800 in the heart livery. This aircraft is just riding from Missouri Falls, or MCI Aviation's airport. Another great YouTube created there, and that is a pretty cool subscriber route to another fictional airport. And this aircraft will be heading up to Austin, Texas. So pretty cool routes there. Moving on to the next aircraft here, Southwest Boeing 747 MAX 8. This aircraft is just arrived from Baltimore, but it'll be heading up to San Diego. So another set of pretty cool routes. And I was about to say subscribe routes, but these don't have any subscribe routes, unfortunately, yet. So yeah, if you want to do a Baltimore subscribe route, just fill out the form below. So yeah. Once again, this Southwest 737 MAX 8 has arrived in from Baltimore, and we'll be heading up to San Diego. Moving on to the next aircraft here is Southwest Boeing 747 or somewhere in the heart livery. This is November 75 Alpha, or the second painted arm release, so pretty cool there. And yeah, so this Southwest 747 or somewhere is arriving from Milwaukee and be heading up to Columbus in Ohio. And moving on to our next aircraft, we'll zoom in a little bit here. So here is Southwest Boeing 747 in the Canyon Blue livery. This aircraft just arrived in from San Juan and it'll be heading up to Houston Hobby. Haven't used this route in a while either. So that's it for the Southwest section. Let's move on to some more low-cost airlines. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here is Sun Country Boeing 747-800. And the Tide Pod livery is split Gemini. So yes, this is that peanut waffle exclusive that came... Yeah, it came broken. I'm just really still frustrated about the situation. So they did not end up sending me a replacement model like I hoped. So I had to repair this model. And yes, this is how that split skimmer window turned out. Yeah, it's not really that good. It's way to the right. So really hard to fix that. And I am still not too happy about Waffle Collectibles. They never sent me replacement. Never got back to my email after several attempts. So pretty unfortunate, but I guess that's your Waffle experience sometimes. So pretty unfortunate. So this Sun Country Sunford Association is arriving from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we'll be making a return flight out there. Moving on to our next low-cost airline here, a Frontier was A320neo, and this is the Champ de Bronco livery. This aircraft has just arrived in from Trenton, and it'll be heading up to Chicago O'Hare. Alright, moving on to the next one. Here we're going to Allegiant Airbus A320-Junior with sharklets. So I did not write a route down for this, so we'll just be coming up from random route pair. So let's think of it going. So this Allegiant A320, we'll say he has just arrived in... We'll say he has just arrived in from Pittsburgh, and he'll be heading up to... We'll say he'll be heading up to Richmond, Virginia. They're competing with that new Breeze route they'll be opening up soon. So pretty cool set of routes there. Moving on to our next aircraft, we have a JetBlue Airbus A321neo, and guess what? This aircraft has antennas now. Yeah, so this aircraft finally has antennas after a long time. I did end up finding them in the box, and I did finally put them back on. They're a little bit, but you know what? At least it has antennas. It looks so much better. So yeah, what a great engine one. I'm just so glad we can finally include this aircraft in my airport updates. This has been a really needed aircraft, and I'm just glad I fixed it. So there you go. So this JetBlue A321neo has just arrived in from New York John F. Kennedy. He'll be making a return flight out there, and just amazing sight to see, you know. And this is on the engine model's older A321neo mold, so it's not the new one, so don't worry. But yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we have a backlighted Breeze Airbus A220-300. This aircraft just arrived in from San Francisco and be heading out to Las Vegas. So that's it for Terminal 2 at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport. Let's move on to Terminal 3. Alright, so moving on to Terminal 3 at my Jacksonville Fictional Airport, the Delta Airlines section. This is the most exciting section of the video because we have so many new models and lots of highly anticipated models. So this model right here isn't a new model, but it's still a highly anticipated model. We have a Delta Connection by Body A Series 9. This is a 2021 release. Maybe in the future we'll get the 2008 release just for fun, if I can find a good deal on it, that is. So this Series 9 has arrived in from Cincinnati, making a return flight out there. And moving on to the next free aircraft, and these are the brand new NG models Delta Airlines aircraft. We have the A321neo and the 757s. Oh man, they're beautiful. I'm just so glad that finally have Delta 757 tuners, and man, NG models did a great job. They look so amazing. This flat out amazing models. I'm just glad the Delta Airlines section is so much more realistic, because Delta Airlines likes to send these 757 tuners to some destinations like my airport. And they even fly them to my home airport. Which is Norfolk, Virginia. So I just had to get them. Man, NG did such a great job on them. So, yeah. And then moving on to start with the Delta Airlines A320neo. This is just a beautiful model. This is on their brand new A320neo mold. NG models killed this model. They did just a great job. Just pure perfection, almost. It does have some slight issues, but the Wi-Fi box is a little large. There's a ring in the engine, and the emergency escape halves are a little off. They're supposed to be slanted out a little bit more. I did not mention that in my reviews, but I just forgot to mention that, but there you go. And that's pretty unfortunate. Doesn't bother me that much, but I know it's a bother some people. So pretty unfortunate how Intel had that issue. Hopefully they'll fix down their future A321 Neo models and A320 models in general. So yeah. So this Delta A320neo. This Delta A320neo has arrived in from Boston and making a return flight out there. So Boston has been upgraded from A220s and A319s up to the A321neo. I did hint at it a couple of updates ago, so it's finally happened. There it is. Man, This is a great sight to see. And man, Angels, this killed a smile. Can't wait to use this more airport dates, and hopefully Delta Airlines will open up some more routes that they've joined in, so we can send some other destinations. So Boston is the only destination for now. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Set of aircraft. Here's the Delta Airlines with 757-200. So start with the first one here with Delta 757-200. This is a regular configuration. Yeah, I believe this is a Gen 1 configuration. And these two aircraft right here are based on Norfolk and Kennedy. But for today's update, those will be based out of Atlanta and other hubs, just to make it more interesting at Jacksonville. So this Delta 757-200 has just arrived in from Atlanta, and we can turn for out there. And yes, Atlanta, it still has 753s on that route, but they do now have 757-200s, which is more realistic. And this is the aircraft that's flown in Jacksonville in real life from Atlanta, so just had to include it there. So yeah, once again, this beautiful Delta Airlines 757-200 or the Flying Pencils just arrived in from Atlanta, and we can return fly out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here with Delta Boeing 757-200 and the St. Marino Rivera sticker. Pretty cool sticker there. And I believe he was an NBA player for the Yankees, so that's what this aircraft's dedicated to. Pretty cool Delta Airlines include that. And yeah, so I just discovered that recently when making my review, so pretty cool there. So this Delta 757-200 has arrived in from Detroit, and making a return flight out there. So Detroit has been upgraded to 757-200 from the A321. So a pretty cool sight to see there. So that's it for this part of the Delta section. Let's move on to some more Delta aircraft. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here with Delta Airlines, which is the A321-200 taxiing out the Delta gates. And this aircraft will be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Alrighty, moving on to the next aircraft here with Delta Airlines, Boeing 737-900ER. Was a split skimmer. It's that beautiful engine was August 2021 release, and what a flat-out amazing model. So this Delta 737-900ER has arrived in from Salt Lake City, making a turn for out there. So that flight's been upgraded to 737-900ER. So lots of updating news from Delta Airlines. I'm glad their roster doing really well at Jacksonville for them to upgrade a lot of their aircraft. So pretty exciting news indeed. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here's the beautiful Aviation 400 Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000. This aircraft has just arrived from Manchester in England and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here's the beautiful engine models KLM Boeing 777-300ER. Another flat out amazing engine model. So KLM will be beginning the service at Jacksonville. They'll be using 777-300ER. It's a pretty large aircraft, but you know what? It's great to see this service. And they'll be parking with the Delta aircraft over there in the Virgin Atlantic, just because they are a SkyTeam airline. So great to have another SkyTeam airline in Jacksonville. Pretty exciting news indeed. And this is our final new model, airport update Sally. So this KLM Boeing 777-300ER has just arrived in from Amsterdam and making a return flight out there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here with Emirates Boeing 777-200LR, that great Gemini just released without the Expo 2020 logo. So pretty cool to see that. So this Emirates 777-200LR has just arrived in from Dubai and making a return flight out there. We'll have to see if Emirates upgrades the service to 777-300ER in the future. We'll just have to see. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft here, the Aeromexico Boeing 737-800 with the split skimmer winglets. This aircraft is just arriving from Mexico City and we can turn for out there. This aircraft may move to the Delta Airlines section just because it's SkyTeam airline, but we'll just have to see what happens with that. Moving on to the next airline here with Sunwing Boeing 737-800. This aircraft is just arriving from Toronto Pearson and making a return flight out there. And then moving on to the final aircraft here, the Swoop Boeing 747-800. This aircraft is just arriving from Edmonton or EQ Plains Airport, and he'll be heading right back out there. And alright folks, so this concludes Jacksonville Fictional Airport update. And this was the 20th update. And this was for July of 2022. And this is a 1,400 mile scale airport update. So that's it for this video. And yes, this was a fun airport update to film. I really enjoyed this airport update. And hopefully you all enjoyed it as well. This is definitely one of the best Jacksonville Fictional Airport updates of all time. Lots of great milestone updates, jam-packed. And yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for their subscriber routes. And yeah, so we'll be moving on to the channel updates. So, yes, we got a lot of content coming. So now it's the end of July. For our last month of summer break, or last full month, I should say, we'll be having lots of content. Yes. So the roadmap, or whatever you want to call it, will be coming out on Monday on my Instagram account story. So just stay tuned. I will put up a timer for that and a reminder. And it'll feature all the stuff that will be coming up for August. There's lots of exciting content coming in August. Yeah. A couple other things. So... yes, I just want to talk about the future of this YouTube channel. And yes, I'm not going to try to scare y'all, but you know, we got some stuff I want to go over in this. Yeah, so in the future, I do want to become a commercial aircraft pilot. And yes, eventually I will have to go to a flight school or a college somewhere to get, you know, all my ratings to become a pilot, that kind of thing, and hopefully get hired at an airline. So yes, this YouTube channel will be probably content will transition from model content over to real life aviation content, like life of being a pilot, that kind of thing. I cannot wait to make those videos in the future. But this model content won't be, it'll continue for another at least 2 more years. We'll have this model content, all my amazing reviews, and I just want to make the best content we can for next years with models. Once, it depends wherever I go to college, if I, still live here and have all these models, because there's some nearby flight schools near me, so I could just still live here and do all these model updates, and we'll do like a combined YouTube channel with model content and real life aviation content. That'd be kind of fun. But eventually, this whole model stuff will have to end, sadly, so it is sad. But, it's exciting for me, though, because I cannot wait to become a pilot, and I'm so excited. So that I want to focus all my efforts towards becoming a pilot. So once the school year starts up next year, my junior year, there'll be a little bit less content. I'm going to try to continue. We're not going to have a drought like we did last year around October, November. But I still want to continue the content, though. It'll just be a little less, so... Yeah, I just want to say that. And hopefully not to disappoint y'all, but you know what? But the pilot content that will come in the next years, it'll just be amazing, though. And I'm just excited. And yeah, because that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I just want to become a pilot, and I don't want to review model airplanes forever. I love doing this, but this is just my side little hobby here. So so next year I want to focus all my efforts for school, having good grades, that kind of thing, and having good social life, And so I just have been busy recently, so I'm sorry about slow message responses. The DMs on Instagram, that kind of thing. I'm just sorry about that. I'm just busy. I'm just hanging out with friends, family, making videos. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I'll soon be getting a summer job. I do already have it on eBay business, but I'll be getting a summer job to pay for more of these models. So we'll still get more models. Don't worry. And in the next thing I want to say, yes, with collecting, I know a lot of you have been questioning why I haven't been buying a lot of Gemini models. I will not be buying a lot more Gemini models anymore. We'll just mainly be buying Angel models. I will be getting the Icelander. That's about the only one I will be buying for now. I know a lot of you have been questioning me and how I've been able to afford all these engine models. That is your answer right there, because I don't buy Gemini models. So we're only buying engine models, aviation foreigner models, and Phoenix and JC Wings models sometimes. So that's basically all I'll be buying from now on. So I'll still be buying some Gemini models, but I just want to say that. I just want to clear up a lot of confusion. So what else was I going to say? There's a lot to go over in this channel update. I'd like to thank all so much for the support on all the outdoor model reviews for the new NG models and the massive unboxing, for which y'all enjoyed. There will be another massive unboxing next month, so stay tuned. You'll see more of that on that roadmap thing. I'm going to call it a roadmap for now, I guess. That's what I'll call it. This is insight to the future. There was going to be around 10 to 12 videos in August. That is crazy. Probably the most I've ever done in 1 month. It's going to be lots of great quality content. I just like to thank y'all so much for your support. And again, a lot of kind feedback. I've been getting feedback, all sorts of feedback too from y'all. Some points of criticism and some points of praise. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call it, but I like to thank y'all so much for that. And so the quality of videos will be improving soon. With that, the ring light especially has helped at least the photo quality be better. And I know a lot of you have been criticizing me about talking too much or talking too fast. So hopefully this video was good. We did not spend too long in the intro just going over the airport. We just went straight through it in this video. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I've been getting some criticism about that. So I just want to improve my videos and make them the best quality as I possibly can. So so lots of exciting content is the work. So and Instagram's been booming as well. I like to thank you to all support on Instagram. I'm just proud of my Instagram account. I'm proud of this YouTube account too for us getting up to 500 subscribers. I do have some goals though. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We will be doing something special at 1,000 subscribers. We may do a giveaway. We'll have to see. I know maybe you've been requesting that. So and then we'll probably do also a live stream. Then I kind of have canceled the live stream just for the 500 subscribers special. But we may do one at some point. I may do a couple on Instagram, so just follow my Instagram account. We may do some. I just been really busy recently. I want to focus on my, I've been flying a lot in the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, the PMG 747-700. That's something else I've been doing a lot recently. I just want to, just practice flying a little bit, so that's fun as well. So that's what, that's what's been taking up some time too. I've been doing some realistic one-to-one flights. That is a very, very realistic simulator aircraft, and that is probably the most realistic you could get with flying an aircraft. And tell me in comments below if you want to see some flight sim content in Microsoft Flight Simulator. A lot of you have been wanting me to do in-flight stuff, infinite flight, but I kind of want to do Microsoft Flight Simulator because it's more realistic, and I don't have to do it on my phone, which would kind of get a little annoying, but Yeah, so yeah, in August we'll be seeing lots of new models. We'll be seeing the new NG models that Iceland are max state, and we'll also be doing that other review as well for some mystery models. I know you guys will be excited for them. I keep on saying this, so we'll just have, they're still in the works. So that's still in the works. And so August is gonna be very exciting. And the next Jacksonville Fictional Airport day will be the two-year anniversary, and there'll be another channel update and that update as well, going over my plans for the rest of this year. So it's crazy to say. So yeah. Sorry folks, that does conclude this airport day. I am JT Pilot. I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video and have a wonderful day.